Welcome to Coffee and Connect. I'm Kathy Fisher. This is Brandy. She's usually here for every video. This week I wanted to do a card reading for the start of Leo season. Now that we are out of Cancer season, out of all like the feelings and like mood swings and like all the really heavy stuff that most of us struggle to deal with. I'm a Cancer, and like it was a lot for me. I was like, can we like take a break from the feelings just for a little bit, please? This is too much. I will be pulling cards from the Happy Tarot and the Wild Offering Oracle. But before I do that, I wanted to take the time to share a couple of announcements. So I have a new episode of the podcast up. I will link it in the description box below. This episode is called Fuck 'em, and it's about boundaries. So if you have struggled with boundaries, if you kind of feel like it's an abstract thing that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, and you would like to learn more about it, especially from the perspective of why boundaries are important for us to implement for other people, and what it looks like when we don't have healthy boundaries, or when other people don't have healthy boundaries with us. So next thing, on my Square store, I am changing the price of all card readings to $20. So that's like general readings, love readings, money readings. The year-long tarot report is going to stay the same, but all the other readings that I have out there, I'm going to drop the price to $20. I'm doing this because I feel like things are really uncertain. They're continuing to be uncertain. There's a lot of changes that are happening in the economy, and there's a lot of changes that aren't happening that need to happen. So I understand that like this is a huge time of uncertainty, and in my life, the times that things have been most uncertain is when I've chosen to turn to like a card reader or a medium to just kind of give me some insight. And I feel like the prices shouldn't be so high that it's a privilege. On that note, if you are not able to meet the $20 price point, but you would still like an offering, I would like to extend a give what you can offer. So if you are interested in that, please send me an email at theconnectionjunkie@gmail.com. So this might be you offering to do a review of the reading that I did, and like posting it on social media and tagging me. This might be you drawing a picture for me and sending it to me as payment for the reading. This might be you Venmoing or Cash Apping or whatever amount that you are able to give in return for the card reading. So give what you can is what you can put in the subject line of the email. Again, it's at it's theconnectionjunkie at gmail.com. So I will link the Square store and my Gmail address in the description box. So, Leo season. Attitude. Leo season. Leo is ruled by the sun. Leo is a fire sign. Leos like to have a good time. Leos do not mind being the center of attention, being in the limelight, very heart-centered people. They really, I feel like the perfect visual of Leo is if you're an 80s kid, the Care Bears cartoon, and like, I think his name was Lionheart. I'm going to find a picture and just like, I'm just going to say snip it. That's not even a word. And just like cut it into the video so you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, very heart-centered, very loving. Loyalty is a huge thing with Leos. Also, Leo rules the heart and the spine. So Leos have tendency to be very strong-willed people. So this is the energy that we're all coming into, whether you are a Leo or not. We are in Leo season as of the 22nd of July. And we will be there for approximately 30 days, I think. Yeah, so this is a time that we are all kind of coming out of that really like deep, watery, like, oh, all the feels, everything's hard, I don't like it, into, you know, the light and kind of the fire of like taking action, getting things done, speaking up for ourselves, you know, having a strong backbone, and just, you know, kind of for me, like advocating for myself. So I wanted to offer 3 different card readings to you guys at the start of Leo season, just to see kind of what energy you're shifting maybe out of or into as we leave Cancer season and we come into Leo season. So we're leaving water, entering fire. Big changes. So the first reading, oh, sorry. This is a pick a reading video. So as you can tell, I'm a little out of practice. I'm a little rusty. I'm like, let's just get these card readings going. So there are going to be 3 readings. You are welcome to watch all of them. If you would like something a little bit more accurate, just kind of take some time, take a couple breaths, decide which reading is the best for you, reading 1, 2, or 3. And yeah, so I'll give you a second to pick your reading. Well, and I'm gonna, in the meantime, I'm gonna terrorize Brandy. Hey. Oh, kidda. Oh, yeah. Okay, so that's all the time you get. I will start with card reading number 1. So the first card of card reading number 1 is, actually for this reading, you guys have 2 major arcana cards. The first one is the Judgment card. So this card, I mean, this is why I love the Happy Tarot. Like, if you're familiar with like traditional tarot, these people are like dead. They're zombies. They look like zombies. I can't remember if they're naked. I don't know that they are, but anyway, so the Judgment card is really about kind of this spiritual resurrection. Like, we had a rest, we were kind of down for the count, and now this higher power, this angel, this kind of redemptive thing in our life is calling us back up. So we had some time to rest. You know, we had a break, and now we're back for round 2. So this card is the 20th card in the major arcana. 2 plus 0 is 2. In numerology, the double-digit numbers get broken down into a single-digit number unless they're a master number, which is like 22, 11, 33, 55. So this is a 20 card, 20 number in numerology. So 2 plus 0 is 2. So this is like, the resurrection is like part 2, the second round. So we are literally halfway through the year, you know, in July. And so if, you know, if you really felt like January to the early part of July was very, very taxing for you, as it was for everyone, you know, and you just took some time, especially during Cancer season, if you just kind of went into your own little version of your crab shell, maybe you stayed inside more, maybe you kind of disconnected from social media, maybe you disconnected from some beliefs, maybe, you know, you just kind of went in and spent some time alone and really sat with a lot of the deep stuff that was going on, because there was a lot of deep stuff that happened towards the end of that first six months, you know, of this year, like in June. Whew. And so now we're coming out of that. Like, we can see these light rays, which to me, they're like little God rays, you know, like whenever I'm driving and I see these light rays in the sky, I kind of feel like that's God. Like, hey, how's it going? Just, just checking in. How you doing? You know, so this Judgment card is about this. I mean, biblically, judgment is about the second coming, you know, and so this is our chance to kind of get back up, like get our energy, like we're being re-energized by a force that is higher than us, you know, like these little guys are happy, like even these, everybody's happy and naked. I don't know what the naked thing's about, but hey, you know, you do you. But this is just this is a time of reinvigoration, like rejuvenation, restoration, like you're coming out of that funk that maybe you were in. So this is the first card for you, Judgment. Second card is the Sun. So the Sun, this Major Arcana card is one of the most positive cards in the tarot. You know, it's, again, there's this naked thing going on, which whatever. I don't know, whatever, you know, but everybody's happy. Sun's happy, kids happy, horses happy, flowers are happy. Like, this is just a really positive card, and this is literally what we've come into, like, this season, Leo season. Leo is ruled by the Sun. Like, we're coming into this really bright, easy, fun, light time. So if you have been feeling really, really heavy over the last couple months, over the entire 2020, you're getting a break from that. I don't want to say that this is completely coming to an end, because astrologically it's not. You know, in September, like, we're going to see another round of really big changes. But right now, you know, right now at the start of Leo season, hopefully throughout Leo season, you're gonna just be able to find some, like, lightness, some happiness, some joy. There's gonna be, like, a lot of joy and happiness around you. So this is just really good. So the Wild Offering card that I pulled for you is the card for doubt. And the message is, offering all to the divine doesn't mean negativity never arises. But you can say, free me from this prison of doubt. I cast this burden to you. Show me your will and restore me to faith and confidence. So I feel like this really matches well with this, with this Judgment card that we had. You know, that we can leave our doubt behind, you know, just kind of leave it in the space that we are coming up and out of, and, you know, really trust that there's this higher power that we can give those things over to, this higher power that wants the best for us. And really, doubt is not something that is in our best interest. It's not energetically something that's going to help us to rise up. It's something that we really need to leave behind. So if you've been struggling with doubt over the last few months, this is just kind of confirmation that it's okay to let it go, and it's okay to move on from it. And it's really not your burden to bear. Like, that's something of the ego, you know. It's kind of almost this protective mechanism, that if we stay small and we don't venture out, then we will be safe. And that's not true. That's not true. So if you chose card reading number 1, that was your reading. If you chose card reading number 2, the first card that I have for you is, let me put this over here. The first card that I have for you is the Knight of Cups. This kid, look how cute he is. You know, Knights are about action, you know, and Cups are about love. This could be self-love, but I think because of the other card that I pulled for you guys, I think this is about a notification for you to open up to love, to be ready to take some action on love. You know, when you look at him, he's sitting here on this little seahorse. You know, he's not on an actual horse, so he's not taking off, going someplace, but it's almost like he's practicing riding, you know, he's practicing delivering love. He's practicing bringing, you know, the actions of love to fruition. So if you pick this card reading, this is really a time to kind of look at, it feels like, the things that are holding you back from being open to love again, maybe to forgive someone, maybe like just being open to finally saying yes to whoever that person is that kind of has been dropping hints, maybe like keeps asking you to dinner and you're like, I'm not ready, I don't know. You know, this Nights are about adventure. You know, nights are about accomplishments and conquests, and, you know, going on adventures. And like, this little guy could not be more about fun than, you know, anything. Like, he just so much joy. like even this little heart lollipop, you know. So if your experience with dating, relationships, love has been really heavy, has been really difficult, there are some changes that are coming, but you have to take action on that. You have to be willing to operate in a different way. You have to be willing to accept the possibility of a different concept of love than what you have known, which I totally understand can be very, very difficult if you have a lot of past relationship trauma. And so I don't use that word trauma lightly. It could be that you were in a really abusive marriage, or it can be that you have significantly, or that you have not significantly, that you have consistently been in relationships where people were dishonest, where maybe there was infidelity, maybe where your needs were not met, where it wasn't a welcome space for even to express needs. So trauma runs a really wide spectrum. There are things that can traumatize us that can be very small, just like there are things that can traumatize us that can be very, very significant. And that trauma can range from not being open to have relationships at all ever again because we were so significantly wounded, to small acts of trauma like never again will I date insert astrological sign for me. Like, I dated one Sagittarius. Like, I have a Sagittarius girlfriend who I just love to death, but like Sagittarius men, I don't know what it is. Like, I don't get along with you guys, especially in intimate relationship. It's very, very, very not good situation. So you're with this card, you're being invited to just be open to a new concept, a new idea, new possibilities about love. The next card I pulled for you is Ace of Cups. So you're being invited and really encouraged to open your mind to new possibilities about love, because love's coming. Aces are about new beginnings, new cycles. It's the first. Aces are typically like the first card in the suit, and so like this is about like the start of a cycle. So like there's a new cycle of love that is happening for you, and like this cup of, it's coming, and it's spilling all over the place. Might be a little bit messy, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be positive. Like with this rainbow, there's balance, there's all these little sparkly things, there's hearts and crystals and all kinds of fun stuff. And when we look here at the waters, like they're very calm. In both cards, the waters are very calm. This isn't gonna be like some kind of chaotic, tumultuous relationship unless you are not open to, changing your mindset about love, and what you know about love is chaotic and like just trauma and chaos. But if you are open to just receiving what is brought to you, open to the possibility of love being different than what you have known before, it's just going to be like a really beautiful experience. So, like, I mean, what more could we want? Except for maybe Ace of Pentacles with some money coming in, but baby steps, Leo season. So the Wild Offering oracle card that I pulled for you, I was like, I can't think of words, is the card for abundance. So the message is, Divine Beloved, please show me how to feel fully deserving to receive. I release my ego's plan and open to being a vehicle for abundance. Open your mind, new mindset. So, I mean, could this be more perfect? No, it's just good stuff's coming. There's good stuff, new love's coming, new lessons about love that are really beautiful, really positive. This rainbow, there's like a cup, abundance. It's really good stuff. So, if you chose card reading number 2, that was your reading. And if you want to watch me terrorize my cat, I don't know if you guys think it's mean that I do this, but I do this because, hey, you, I do this because every day at 5:30, between 5:30 and 6, this little chunk wakes me up to eat. Doesn't matter if it's the weekend. It doesn't matter. Yeah, she doesn't care. Doesn't matter. So I have to get her back by terrorizing her. And she's just so jiggly. Okay, so if you chose the third reading, this is your card reading. So the first card that I have for you is Two of Swords. So as you can see with this card, there's some darkness to it. It's in the evening, kind of in the dark of evening. She's got a blindfold. She's holding two swords and they're pointing in two different directions. So we can even see from like the little grimace on her face, like this is a tough time. And Two of Swords is a difficult card. Like it's difficult to be in that space because really what's happening is this swords are about the mind, and this two represents this conflict. The way that she's got the two swords pointing in different directions and they're across her body, like she's physically, kind of physically contradicting instead of, consciously holding out like the Two of Wands. With Two of Wands, each wand is stuck in the ground, and it signifies that we have a choice to make, that we can go this way or we can go that way. But with this kind of cross body, like there's this physical confusion of like, does this one go this way or this one go this way? I don't know what to do with my hands. And so, this is a hard energy to be in. And I feel like if you chose card reading number 3, you're kind of having a hard time coming out of Cancer season, that it's kind of a slow, not retreat. It's a slow moving on, that there's some lessons lingering. This might have to do with like relationships. And I say that because Venus was retrograde back in May. She went direct, but she's still in her shadow period. So whenever a planet goes retrograde, there is a post-retrograde shadow period where some of the lessons that we were confronted with during the retrograde, they still have a little bit of like bite or sting to them, or we're kind of wrapping up the loose ends. So this might have to do with your relationships. It could have to do with money, your worth, the way you value things. Those are all ruled by Venus. And so like this card is really just to acknowledge that like, I see you, I hear you, I feel you, that you are still in conflict, and this is very difficult, but it's coming to an end. And this is the Death card, and the Death card is about endings, that we need for this little soldier of death to come in to end things, so that this new bright possibility has space to come in. Because when we are stuck, she's sitting still, she's just kind of, it's almost like this kind of mental trap, like this mind trap, and that's what confusion does to us. Like when we're not sure which way to go, it's like, do I do this or do I do that? And I don't know, and blah blah, and it's like this kind of awkward, like one step forward, one step back, and it feels like we're moving because we're like shifting, but we're really not going anywhere, because when we take a step forward, then we take a step back, we're in that same space. And so what's happening is, because you've been stuck in whatever space this is, death is coming, an ending is coming to this, because whatever you needed to receive while you were being held still, you've gotten it, and it's going to bring about an end of something. And this really makes me think of one friend in particular, and this could be like an emotional release. This could be the end of a mindset. This could be the end of a belief. This could be the end of a habit. This could be like quitting a job and finding a new job. This could be Really, what it's going to look like is something that, okay, what it looks like in my mind is, it's a little bit graphic, so I apologize. It's a big hook that's been in the meat of your back, and there's like this anvil on the other end, and you've just been dragging and dragging and dragging it around for like a very long time. And in this time that you were called to sit in introspection, kind of in this dark time, this could have even been like a dark night of the soul, which is just really like, it's emotionally, it's really painful. Sometimes there's like physical symptoms along with it. It's really like, this has been your time to decide, do you want to stay in the cocoon or do you want to fight to get out? Because it's your choice. Like, you don't have to transform. You don't. But do you really want to live in that dark, murky, mushy, hot cocoon forever? Because you really can't, you know, like, you're just going to wither up and die in there. And so, you know, in this darkness, you've made the decision that, yes, I want to move forward. And, you know, death is about transformation. That's what's happening for you. You know, you're bursting out of that cocoon, you know. So there is something that is falling away in your life. There's something that you're going to feel really kind of inside, maybe like your character, your mood, something that's really changing a lot. And this is for your best benefit. Like I mentioned in one of the other card readings, or maybe at the beginning, I don't know, is that like I've had a change where I'm finding the space to use my voice in spaces that I haven't been comfortable speaking up in, or in spaces that I just kind of gave up speaking up in, where I was like, well, you know, you don't want to listen to me anyway, so I'll just be quiet, until things got too difficult that it was like, okay, it is too painful for me to be quiet, but they're not going to listen, but this isn't right, but what if they don't hear me, you know, and just deciding like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like this kind of like contradictory, pulled in two different directions, like, I don't want to do this. So I just started advocating for myself. I just started speaking up, and it feels really empowering in here. It feels really good. It feels really like, this is not what I normally do, but I'm completely unapologetic about it. And if you don't like it, that's not really my problem, because I don't care anymore. Because I can't live in this space anymore. So I hope that makes sense, that like this thing that's ending, sometimes like the death card is hard, especially endings are hard, because if you've got any kind of like abandonment issues, if you've got any kind of normal human struggles with uncertainty, like this can be really, really triggering and confronting, that like death is just going to swoop in and change something that you don't want changed. And that's not what the energy of this is, you know, that this is almost like this kind of death card energy is coming in to say like, hey, I'm here to take out these bags of trash that have been smelling up your house, that you know need to go out, but you just haven't been able to get them out yourself, you know. So I hope that makes sense. The wild offering card that I pulled for you guys is the patience card. So the message is, if you've tried forever to shift a problem, there's probably something to learn from embracing it, also known as sitting with it. May I let this be for now. Help me relax and trust every need will be met. Often change follows soon. So if you haven't gotten to the point where you can just sit with that conflict, discomfort, confusion, I would really encourage you to just try to let it be. Let it be what it is. It's there. Like, instead of fighting to kick it off the couch because you don't want it to sit next to you, just let it be there. You know, let it be there and take up space. It doesn't have to ruin your day. It doesn't have to run your life. But, you know, allow yourself some time to rest and relax instead of fighting what is that you don't like, instead of fighting reality. And right now I'm like 100% talking to myself. So If this makes sense for you as well, I am right there with you. You know, the last line says, often change follows soon. You know, when we learn to, you know, embrace that thing or sit with that thing. And so, you know, the change that follows is this little guy, this little death card. He's like, hey, come in to help you out so that nice things can come in. So, yeah. So if you chose card reading number 3, that was your reading. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening to me ramble about tarot cards and watching me terrorize this kid. Oh man, look at her. I hope that you guys are having a wonderful start to Leo season. Yeah, thanks for joining me. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, please like it, please share it, and I will see you guys next time. Have a great weekend. Bye.